Welcome to St. Thomas. I've been nicknamed St. Thomas Beal by Captain Lou, actually. Captain Lou and I and Mike Filsame and Donna Fox and Paulie Sable back in January 2007 did an I-5 Gold cruise together, and then that was a I-5 Gold coaching program that we were winding down, and then that was a going away sailing mastermind, and then it turned into Marketer's Cruise, which has been happening every year since January 2007, technically, but the name changed in January 2008. So anyhow, I'm relocated back here in St. Thomas. I finished a 90-minute power yoga session, drenching in sweat, absolutely hot. David Kavanaugh, what's up, buddy? How's it going, my friend? I am missing you. I hope all is well in Thailand. I look forward to visiting you there sometime soon, and feel free to come visit me in St. Thomas. But you saw me wrap my package in a suit and tie the other day. This is me fully, full Monty. I am me, F you. That's a good lesson for everybody. I am me, fully and unapologetically. That's just how life is. Sometimes you dress up in a suit, sometimes you wear your birthday suit. It's all good. So, when I worked with Rich Sheffrin, I was president of Strategic Profits for Rich for a couple years. Got to hang out with people like Rich and Mark Ford, who's the author of Ready, Fire, Aim. His pen name is Michael Masterson. And Dan Kennedy and Jay Abraham and a whole bunch of amazing entrepreneurs. Steve DeJoe, what's up, brother? I knew you'd want to see me naked. It's been a while, man. I hope all is well. So back when I was working with Rich in South Florida, I got introduced to cigars. And working with Rich back in 2012, 13, 14, I smoked a lot of cigars. But then I stopped smoking cigars for like 10 years. And then when my good friend Troy Broussard was down here, Steve was laughing at that, right? He couldn't resist that. Hey, we have fun too. I am me, F you. I am me, fully and unapologetically. And I make today great. I live joyously. I spread joy. Whether I'm decked out in a suit and tie or in my birthday suit. It's all good. So anyhow, I smoked cigars for that roughly several year period with Rich and Michael Masterson and Mark Ford, a whole bunch of amazing entrepreneurs. Man, what was that other? We had Mark Evans, DM. He and I smoked some good cigars together. Todd Brown, back in the day. I think Todd gave up cigars after his heart attack. I'll be seeing Todd in a couple weeks at WebinarCon. That'll be awesome. Todd actually had a funny story. Same Tom, different year. Yes. You know what? We got to have fun. Like this journey is brief, and we got to make the most of it. So here I am making the most of it. Anyhow, let me see if I can get this scared away. A little wind came. Of course, I inhaled a little bit. JT Ditlow, what's happening? Big Tom, yeah. My nickname is not Tripod, but I represent. So, when my good friend Troy Broussard came down here and spent roughly a week in St. Thomas, we were here on the deck. And over there actually is the island that the co-founder of Google, Larry Page, owns. It's called Hans Lalick, and it's right off. The view is right here. It's an amazing view. Obviously, the ocean and all this stuff. It's dark now. I can't see it, but I know the island is right there. And we were out on this deck, and Troy's like, you know what? Let's go get some cigars. So we went and got some cigars. We came out here, smoked some cigars, and I'll share a funny story. I just got this lighter out of my storage unit when I went to Vegas a week ago. I stopped in South Florida, got some stuff out of my storage unit, and got this lighter, which has the proper, punch little hole in it and light it and all this. Troy and I didn't have the lighter, so we were lighting it with matches. And in lighting it with matches, we inhaled a lot of smoke. And when you inhale cigar smoke, not sure if you ever have done that, on accident, you don't feel so great. So I was feeling queasy. Troy's feeling queasy. He's like, we had it down about 3/4 smoked. There's like a quarter left. He's like, I need to stop. I'm gonna get sick. And I'm like, yeah, I probably should too. But anyhow, and yeah, I'll share. He'll get a kick out of it too. So Troy was my first friend / marketer to come here, spend a week with me in St. Thomas, and my first friend to throw up due to inhaling some cigar smoke over the balcony here. I could have taken pictures and videoed it, but I'm a good friend and I didn't do that. Anyhow, ladies and gentlemen, look, this life is a brief journey. And if you've studied or followed any of the teachings that I've taught, I like to compare it to a brief trip to the most amazing amusement park in the universe. We call it life, right? And just to give you an analogy, when you're at the amusement park, you're not lollygagging, you're not sitting around watching the news, watching your phone. You're looking to squeeze the most joy out of that day as you humanly possibly can. And what does that mean at the amusement park? It means gaining clarity from yourself and the friends and family that are with you as to the answer of what's next. Like, here we are. Okay, cool. We're in the gate. What's the first ride we're going to ride? Cool. We go with passion. We walk with purpose to that ride. And we get to that ride and we ride it. And afterwards, we're like, okay, great. So we want to ride this again, or we want to go to, what's the next ride we're going to ride? And it's a continual iteration of what's next, right? At the amusement park. At least that's how it is with me and my family. How is it for you? And so while we're at the amusement park, we make sure that we're squeezing out every ounce of joy that we can. So if we're going to take a break to eat, we're not lollygagging doing it. We're rushing. We're like, okay, let's stop for eat. Like, we're going to order, we're going to sit, we're going to eat at a rapid pace, not like Marine Corps pace, but we're going to eat fast. We're not wasting time, so we can get back to enjoying the fun and adventures waiting for us. Like I said, that's at least what I and my family do. And one after the next, one ride after the next. What's next? What's next? What's next? Now, the old me, if I went with friends, and the friends were like, oh, I don't want to ride that ride. And I'm like, that's the ride I want to ride. No, we don't want to ride it. I'd be like, oh, okay. I guess I won't ride the ride. What do you guys want to ride? I would always suppress what I wanted to do to appease my friends. That ties back to me being born to teenagers, raised around 4 divorces and 6 marriages as a child, going to 9 different schools by 8th grade, in and out of families. All that basically trained me to seek validation, seek attention, seek people-pleasing. And so that was, for multiple decades of my life, it took me finally recognizing, you know what, even if my friends don't want to do it, I want to do it, I'm going to still go do it. That's what evolved now into the I am me, F you lifestyle. I am me, F you, fully and unapologetically. So now the more emotionally mature version of me, and this has been for many years, is, hey, this is the ride. At this place, this is the ride I want to go on. And some people are like, yeah, me too. And other people are like, yeah, no, I don't want to go on that. But even if everybody says they don't want to go on it, like, all right, cool. You guys go do what you want to do. I'm going to go ride this ride. We'll catch up afterwards. Right? So that's okay. David Sweat, my Marine Corps roommate. Pervs and degenerates and some cultists enjoy frolicking naked in the dark. I'm all three. Which are you? A cigar smoking. Talking too much. Let the burn go down a little bit. Cigar smoking in the buff. Ah, of course, Angela. Angela, yes, full Monty here. Use your imagination. As I hold a cigar. Oh, jeez. It's funny. So anyhow, I emotionally matured to that point where I wouldn't suppress what I wanted to do for what everyone else wanted to do. And actually, I did that as a 19-year-old. 19 slash, I think I was 19. I don't know if I turned 20 yet. So back in 1991, yeah, I was 19. Guns N' Roses Metallica concert was coming around. And I was like, dude, all my friends were like, we got to go to the Guns N' Roses Metallica concert. Everyone's like, nah, I don't want to go. I'm like, what? It's Guns N' Roses and Metallica at Buffalo, Rich Stadium. Like, we got to go. And they're like, nope, don't want to go. I'm like, what? So none of my friends wanted to go with me. Guess what I did? I went by myself from Shortsville, New York. Got into my beater car. I had a terrible beater car, a 1983 or something Toyota Tercel beater car that I was embarrassed. I would park blocks away and walk because it was such a beater. I drove that son of a gun from Shortsville, New York, all the way to Buffalo by myself to the Guns N' Roses and Metallica concert. Why? Because I wanted to see it, and none of my friends wanted to see it. And so at least the friends in my circle, right? And so I got there. I met some people in the pre-parking lot, like they're partying hard before the even concert starts and whatnot. Met some people there, end up going into the concert. And then once in the concert, it's packed. Rich Stadium is packed. I'm talking the whole stadium, the people on the floor, it's packed. Guns N' Roses, Metallica, and I actually got there. I got into it shortly after the opener to them came in. So I got there right at perfect timing. Ended up pushing my way all the way up close to the front of the venue. And that's when I ran into other friends from high school there, and some other friends that I knew from the other places that I lived. And it was a cool, fun experience that I did alone. And obviously, once the concert was over, I drove home by myself back to my dad's place at the time in Shortsville, New York. And that's an example of me living at 19-year-old prior to the Marine Corps. I am me, F you. I am me fully and unapologetically. So follow what your heart's telling you to do. Patricia, you couldn't resist. Come on, that was a good clickbait, right? And it's real though. It's real. Good to see you here, Patricia. I'm excited to see you and Dave sometime soon. You guys are rock stars. But that was one example of me back prior to the Marine Corps, 1991, where I wanted to go to the Guns N' Roses and Metallica concert. None of my friends in my circle wanted to go, and I went by myself. And at the time, I was like, isn't this some bullshit? I got to go to the Guns N' Roses Metallica concert by myself? What the heck is wrong with this situation? And then there was a couple other concerts, by the way, at the same time. So there was Vanilla Ice, open for MC Hammer. Same thing. I'm like, dude, Vanilla Ice and MC Hammer. My friends are like, nah, don't want to go. I'm like, what? I went by myself to Vanilla Ice, MC Hammer concert at the War Memorial in Rochester, New York. Had a blast. Had a great time. Not as much fun as Metallica and Guns N' Roses, by the way, but. So anyhow, those are some examples pre-Marine Corps. And then there's a whole bunch of stories in the Marine Corps. I mean, I don't even want to get into those at this particular point because some of them I'd have to think through before I talk about them because it's wild and crazy. But now, coming to here and now, 2023. First of all, holy crap, I never imagined I would be in the year 2023. Angela says, I've done so many things by myself. Yep, we all have, Angela. We all have. But you're absolutely right. That was a funny, weird side joke. But yes, you have, and that word, I don't even like to say have. Like I was going to say, you don't have to do anything. That's the other realization when you become emotionally mature and embrace the I am me, F you lifestyle. I am me fully and unapologetically. You don't have to do anything. Everything you do is your choice. No, Tom, I have to go to work. I have to eat. I have to do this. No, everything you do is your choice. When you transition from have to do it to analyzing in each moment, in the present moment, correct. That's what I said. You don't have to do anything. No, you don't have to do anything. You get that word. Whenever I start to say have, I correct myself. No, I don't have to do anything. And if I'm telling someone, here's what you have to do, you don't have to do anything. Here's something you can consider. And it's when you're living the I am me, F you, I am me fully and unapologetic lifestyle, it's about being in the present moment and continually discerning. Just if we circle back to that greatest amusement park in the universe analogy, here we are as humans in this greatest amusement park in the universe, as a human, living this human experience, human being, we're being without thinking about the past, without thinking about the future. Right here, right now, it's up to you to continually discern what's mine to do now. Just like when you're at the amusement park, what ride are we going to ride on now? Right? And then you have to make that determination. I'm not going to sit around and do nothing. The day is going to go by quickly. So that's done. What am I going to do now? The options, and then you weigh the options. I could ride that ride again. There's thousands of different possibilities and options, or I could go ride another ride. You know, of all the rides I could ride, which one do I feel is the right one for me to do now? And sometimes it's like, I got to go to the bathroom. That's what mine to do right now. I got to go grab something quick to eat. I got to go get some water, right? It's up to you to continually discern What's yours to do now? And then once that's done, give it your full focus and attention. Oh, they must have saw me naked. There you go. Enjoy. Some of y'all that followed my journey here, my meter reader saw me naked in the shower because there's a glass there. I was showering, and he was looking for the meter read, and there I was like, can I help you? Butt naked. I am choosing to do this. Yes. What is mine to do now? That's the statement that I continually ask myself. Okay, of all the different hats, roles, and responsibilities that I have, the main one is be the caretaker and owner, caretaker, and facilitator of my $1 trillion vehicle, my body, my mind, my spirit. Like I'm the owner of this $1 trillion vehicle. And just like there's yachts out there worth tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars, this vehicle, your body, is the ultimate vehicle in the universe. That's your number one role. And I'm here to remind you, if you have forgotten that, which many people have. Let me break it down for you in a second. Make sure this doesn't go out. I get talking too much, it'll go out. I hate having to relight. Anyhow, one body, one life. Get it? Absolutely, Angela. So here's the deal. Biblically, what do they say? You treat your body like a temple. Growing up, I didn't know what the heck a temple was. I know what a nice car was. I know what a nice house was. I know a nice boat. I know nice planes. I don't know what a temple is. So let's shift from the temple of the biblical talk to, if you were the owner of a $10 million yacht, wouldn't you take good care of it? If you were the owner of an amazing vehicle, a car, whatever that vehicle is, your dream car, a Rolls Royce, a Lamborghini, a Range Rover, whatever it is for you, are you going to neglect it and let it just turn into a piece of crap? Or are you going to take care of it? You're the owner and caretaker of that vehicle and the boat, the house. You're not going to let your house fall to crap. Well, look in the mirror and assess that you are the owner and caretaker of this $1 trillion vehicle staring back at you in the mirror. And it's not just the physical aspect. It's your mental, your physical, your emotional, and your spiritual. So mental, physical, emotional, spiritual. You are the caretaker of that. And just like if you had an amazing car, amazing house, amazing boat, amazing plane, you'd have people to help you take care of it. When you get to that point of saying, whoa, I need to take care of this $1 trillion vehicle, you're going to treat it properly. You're going to input proper things. And you're like, well, Tom, here you are smoking a cigar. Well, this is not an everyday thing. This is my third cigar in probably 5 years, or maybe fourth cigar in 5 years. But it's not an everyday thing. And I bought this actually when I came back from Vegas. When I came into the St. Thomas airport, they have a little shop there. I said, I'm going to give me a cigar. And I wasn't even planning on smoking it tonight. But after that crazy 90-minute power yoga, sweating like crazy, I ran some errands and got a new coffee maker because I broke my daggum coffee pot this morning. I made a simple error. And basically, after I made my bulletproof coffee, I forgot to turn it off. And so it was sitting there empty, the carafe, and on the heater. And I made the rookie mistake that I forgot until I was reminded when I went to wash out the bottom of the residue, and it was hot with nothing in it, and when you put it in cold water, it cracked. I was like, damn. So part of my errands were going to get me another coffee maker so that I can have bulletproof coffee in the morning. So I did that, sweating, stinking, after yoga, running around since I was out and about anyhow. I searched to make sure the places were open. They were. I got there without 15 minutes to spare, or like 8:45, and they closed at 9. Use a French press, possibly. My mind says it's a little more time that I want to invest in that. So I'm unconsciously incompetent. I don't know what I don't know, but in my mind, this regular coffee pot is simpler because I don't know how to French press, but I'll consider that down the road. So anyhow, I ran those errands, came back, still sweaty and stinky, and then took a shower. Felt great, showered up, and then I was like, you know what? I'm going to go out on the deck and air dry, and I'm going to light up a cigar. Matter of fact, I'm also going to go live and make some crazy post, like post 90-minute power yoga, shower, air drying on the deck, smoking a cigar naked. That's the facts. Here I am. Here you are. So there we are. Felipe, what's up, man? Good to see you. So I have no agenda, just to chat, just to touch base with you, and just to share some of the insights that I am now contemplating because it's my birthday month, ladies and gentlemen. I'm probably going to embrace what Prince says. For those who, like, I got fortunate to see Prince at the Hard Rock in San Diego, the same room that I spoke in the Borat Mankini. For those who remember that amazing stunt that I did with being on stage with Bob Proctor and Trey Smith and Andy Jenkins and Mike Filsame and Frank Kern and on and on and on. All of the amazing internet marketers that were at that event. No one really remembers what they all said and spoke about, but there was one dude who spoke for 5 minutes in a Borat Mankini, and that still talked about. That was in 2012, or 11 years later. Still talked about 11 years later. I still see people, dude, I was there. It's just incredible. So that was a bold, ballsy moment. But it's my birthday month. Yep, here we go. We share a birthday month. Past Saturday. Well, happy birthday. Happy belated birthday. I think I don't have a life. Here I am on the Friday night watching Tom Beal smoking a cigar naked on his deck. I need help. David, I love you, man, and I definitely appreciate you taking time out of your life to watch this rambling dude smoking a cigar naked, air drying, which seems to be pretty good. I'm pretty air dry right now. And I just love and appreciate you and everyone else here. Angela, Felipe, Shelly McManus. Oh my goodness, what's up? Good to see you. Well, should I share? Shelly's seen me naked. We dated for many years back in the upstate New York arena. So Shelly, good to see you here. Patricia, Hansel, David Sweat, here we go. Greg Poulos, JD Ditlow, Steve DeJoe, David Kavanaugh. So it's good to see you all here. David especially. I was thinking the same thing. This is a where is my life now moment. What has my life come to? I'm watching Tom Beal talk while smoking a cigar naked, air drying on his deck in St. Thomas. By the way, y'all can refer to me now to my new name that Captain Lou named me, which is St. Thomas Beal. I kind of like how that has a ring to it. And you have to be a sinner before you become a saint. At least that's my story. I'm sticking to it. It is one of those what has my life come to when I'm watching this dude, goatee, gray goatee. I guess I got a good smile and attitude and personality though, so it's a good thing, right? You're not tapping into some loser. What did you do Friday night? Exactly. Here we are. Yeah. Thank you for the reminder. This is a Friday night. This isn't the Friday nights of teenagers and 20-year-olds. Like that's a Friday night. Friday night. What'd you do Friday night? Oh, I watched Tom naked on his deck smoke a cigar. Like what? What? Are you serious? and by the way, that's what I'm doing. Oh, and in 28 minutes, I actually have another coaching call with a dude in Hawaii who's, is it 6 hours behind? So it's 5 o'clock his time, 11 o'clock p.m. my time. So I will have clothes on for that. I've done coaching calls in the past naked, and I haven't necessarily shared that with the people, but I kind of get. I used to be like, what the hell is Matthew McConaughey getting arrested naked in his house for? What's he doing roaming around his house naked? And here I am roaming in my house naked frequently. But I do have my sister and brother-in-law up the hill, as well as my 2 nephews. So I don't do it as often as I would if they weren't up the hill, because every once in a while I get a strange knock at the door. My sister the other day came down. So I used their Starlink. But Starlink they were sold out, right? Starlink used great marketing, by the way, down here. So when I first moved here, like, hey, we ran a 300-foot Cat 6 cable from their place up the top of the hill down here. So I'm using their Starlink via this 300-foot Cat 6 cable, and it works pretty damn well. But it has great download speed, but not the best upload speed. And I don't know if it has something to do with that 300 feet of Cat 6 cable. I don't know the technical aspects of that. So anyhow, I just put a thing into Starlink like, hey, is it available? Now it's sold out right now. You know, that they opened it, and when it first opened, my sister and brother-in-law got theirs as one of the first batches. They've also got the Tesla batteries. You know, if power goes out around here on a regular basis, so the Tesla batteries, generator, all the stuff, they got it all squared away. But I said, you know what? Okay. So then I get notified, hey, we noticed you reached out and we were sold out when you know, but we are reopening it soon and you can reserve yours. So I put a reservation in, and it was brilliant marketing. Brilliant. I mean, a lot of marketers are on here watching this, and we love seeing a great sales process, and this was brilliant. So it was sold out, but you could put your reservation in, like, you know, when it reopens, you know, if you want to be notified, let us know. So, of course, they sent the notification out like, hey, guess what? We're releasing more on a limited basis. First come, first serve. You can put a $99 deposit in, and we'll confirm, you know, we'll let you know when, you know, if, you know, so if it goes through, your 99 bucks reserves, you'll be front of the line. But then they sent an email that said, hey, this is just like a week ago or something. Like, you've got 72 hours to confirm yes or no. If you don't reply to this, we're going to cancel your order and refund you, and give your Starlink to someone else who wants it. But if you say yes, we'll ship it out to you at our earliest convenience, and then you get billed another, what, 400? It's like 500 some dollars total for the kit, and then 99 a month or something like that. So then that's when the scarcity kicks in. Of course, I didn't reply, and here's with countdown timers. I was like, all right, I got a couple days to think about it. And then right before my Vegas trip, I stopped in South Florida and then went to Vegas for about 8 days to go spend some amazing time with Joel Bauer. Holy crap. It's been a blessing to cross paths with Joel Bauer. He is an awesome, awesome human being and awesome trainer. I have to stop talking every once in a while to make sure this thing doesn't go out. All right, so I technically didn't need the damn Starlink. Like, I didn't need it because I'm already plugged into the Starlink that's already up the hill. But then the scarcity kicked in and the countdown timer clicked in. I'm like, well, crap. If I don't get it, what if they don't release it again anytime soon? So I bought the damn thing. And while I'm in Vegas, I get the confirmation, hey, your Starlink has been delivered, blah, blah, blah. And oh, by the way, they don't have a post office here in this tiny island. This island is 1/100th the size of Puerto Rico, for those that are curious. There's roughly 44,000 people that live on the island. So it's like a small town. Like, it's a small community. Everybody knows everybody. And it's awesome. I love it. It's not for everybody, but I love it. I grew up in small towns. And it's just to give you an idea of when I came here in May, I didn't have my car shipped down. It takes time and coordination for that to happen. And plus, I let a family member use my car in South Florida for a few weeks while his car was getting fixed. Wanda's son, Keegan. And then, so I'm here in May, and my brother-in-law, the quote down here is, I have a guy. Like, hey, I got a guy. If you need a car, you can rent it. I'm like, all right, cool, let's rent a car. So I just meet this guy. We go to this place. It's a tiny little, I forget what the car was, but this tiny little yellow beat-up car. The dude just met me. I give him $500 cash, and he gives me the keys to the car. No contract, no nothing. Matter of fact, I get back to the house. My brother-in-law hits me up. He's like, hey, he's asking if you can text him a picture of your license. He doesn't even know, like, anything about you. Like, sure. So that's the level of small town awesomeness that we have here. On my first couple weeks of being here, I rented a car for a month. I gave him $500 cash. He gave me the keys to the car. He did say, hey, by the way, if you get dinged up a little bit more, it's no big deal. But if you do total it, you know, you owe me $4,000. I'm like, all right, cool. Rental cars on islands need to come beat up. They do. It's beat up. And I'm glad I got that because, A, you drive on the left here, and B, my car's much larger, and it's almost like a truck size. It's an older Mercedes S550, but it's a large size. And had I not driven the smaller one on the island for that month, just for instance, this driveway here, had I not driven the small one, I would have crashed my car into the daggum sidewall here because I can't turn straight left out of my driveway. I could with the tiny car, but not this big car. So I have to pull right up the hill driveway and then back out into the road, or pull all the way up, drive up to the top where my sister is, turn around back, and then drive my car into this driveway. The one time, and I learned this when I first got my car shipped down here, the little yellow car, I could turn left and just go straight to the road. I tried it in this, and had I not practiced it with the yellow car, I would have smacked into the wall, because it's a hill and it pushes you. And I barely avoided on the first time turning left out of here with it, because I almost hit the wall. And so I now don't try that, right? Because it's really not a good move. So I pull right up the driveway, up the hill, and then back it into the road and go from there. Anyhow, it all worked out. So back to the Starlink thing. So the other day, I'm cooking, and by the way, I'm cooking in my air fryer. I got a stove and a fridge and all this other stuff, but I was cooking in the air fryer, and I had some audio going. I thought I heard something, like, huh? And there's cars that drive by during the day. This is a crazy road that comes here and there, and there's horns honking and stuff. The big trucks honk to make sure they don't run into somebody around a blind corner. So it can get loud during the day occasionally, but at night it's quiet as can be. All of a sudden I hear something. I hear like, and I turn the audio off, then I hear a little knock on the door. I'm like, hello? It was my sister, and she brought down the Starlink, the package. I have it right over there. And I haven't put it up yet because I still am plugged into the Starlink from their house up the hill with the 300-foot Cat 6 cable that we ran a while ago. But I said, what, are you trying to scare the crap out of me? Knock harder than that. You had a little timid knock, knock harder to get my attention. The timid knock scared me. So anyhow, so that's the marketing of the Starlink. It was brilliant. I got it. I didn't need it, but my hope is it will have better upload speed. The download speed is fantastic from their house with the Starlink they have, but the 300-foot Cat 6 cable, I think, does have an impact, because when I go up and do the speed test at their house, the upload speed is much faster than the upload speed is here. So anyhow, island life. Crap. Talk too much. Gotta puff harder. All right. So the lesson of tonight is you need to evaluate your life. Why are you watching me on my deck smoking a cigar naked on a Friday night? Seriously, what's going on? This is a life check. I say that jestingly because, in my opinion, hopefully you've enjoyed this fun experience as I have. I've enjoyed seeing you here, having some conversations. Hopefully you've had some fun. David, I know, right? What has my life come to? Oh my goodness. But just picture, I'm not Matthew McConaughey, right? But he did a personal development course that really did very well, working with Dean Graziosi, working with the whole team, and he did very well with that. And I'm sure we all plugged into Matthew and watched that. And similarly, we're like, he's got some cool stories and he's a cool dude. So I'm digging this. So hopefully in a similar way, even though I'm not Matthew McConaughey, I'm St. Thomas Beal, AKA Tom Beal, the Mankini guy. I do crazy stuff. I do some wise stuff, and I truly care. That's the real bottom line. I truly, truly care about my family, my friends, you, the people that I cross paths with. I want the absolute best for you. And that's, for those who know me, I wear my heart on my sleeve, and that's where I come from. All I do is to, yes, be me fully and unapologetically, and in doing so, help others be themselves fully and unapologetically. My opinion is that if we all could be ourselves fully and unapologetically, we wouldn't get caught up in all the nonsense, all the different labels, all the different hate, all the different criticism, all the different judgment. If we just could be us, I am me fully and unapologetically. If you can be you fully and unapologetically, all the drama goes away. We can be coexisting and have a great time, even if we don't agree on everything. What? What? Is that possible in today, 2023? Is it possible? Lexi, what's happening? Oh, Lexi, you know what? Good to see you here. I so enjoyed being on that podcast with you guys just, a couple months ago. So happy to be here. But the bottom line is we can drop all the drama. We can drop all the baggage and forgive others, which is important. But what I feel is even more important is forgiving ourselves. There's versions of me that I did stuff in my past that I would, right here and now, have serious problems with that version of me. Like, I'd be like, dude, you need to get your stuff together. What type of future do you think you're going to have if you keep doing this? What type of, you have a good heart, but you're hurting people with things that you're doing. You have a great heart, but you need to step up. You need to grow. You need to grow to be the person that you're capable of being. No more acting in this ridiculous manner, right? And so I say that, and I still can guarantee to you that I'm going to say and do a lot of stupid things. Probably today. It's way less than what I used to say and do, but I'm still human, and I'm still a work in progress, as I feel we all are. But I live my life fully and unapologetically, authentically, in the hope that it can inspire others to also say, you know what? I don't have to be something other than who I am. I am good enough. I am lovable. I am trustworthy. I am dependable. I am reliable. I am someone who cares. I am someone who has value to share in this world. And I'm saying that as me, but I'm also expressing that to you. You are good enough. You are lovable. Let me see what we got here. Some comments coming in. Friday night, watching Tom live in St. Thomas naked with his 300-foot cable out was my choice. Isn't this awesome? This is living life in the present moment, enjoying it, right? I mean, what's the other option? You're going to plug into the news? NEWS. NEWS, negative energy without substance. If that's your other option, this blows that option away, because that option blows. It's all fake. It's all propaganda. It's all a sitcom. It's all a drama. It's all a comedy. And we're, as a general populace, unaware that it's a script. It's not based on what's actually happening. I don't trust a daggone thing that I hear in the news. If I wasn't there, they probably share a smidgen of the truth, and then they craft this crazy story. And that's just how it is. And I think we've all kind of opened our eyes to be aware of this, but not at the full level that it's legal for the United States press to make up stuff. It's legal. That law, it was illegal since the 40s, early 50s. I don't know the exact date, 40s or 50s. But just back in the Obama administration, they made it legal. They repealed that to where it was illegal to spread propaganda as a news or media. And that was taken away, and now it's legal, meaning that's what they do. They lie, and they can do it. It's legal. There's no ramifications. So anyhow, I feel this is a much better choice. So thank you for being here. Let's see, what's some other comments here? Felipe, thank you, Tom. Thanks for sharing. I feel like you truly care, and also I'm learning by listening to you. Well, thank you. And that's my goal. Like, look, I've seen it all. I've done a lot. I've learned a lot. I've grown emotionally. I've studied this journey that we call life at a level that very few do. I mean, and I've been fortunate to make an impact in many people's lives. And I recognized that I think a little bit differently. I see things from a little bit different perspective, from my unique personality, experience, and perspective. And what I want to pass along to you is, you don't have to be more like me. I don't have to be more like Tony Robbins. I don't have to be more like anybody. I need to be more me. I need to trust my discernment. I need to trust that even though I don't know what's going to be said, I can trust that the right things will be said. I'm just a conduit. Call it what, like I don't think about this stuff. I'm in the present moment, and it just comes out. And what I found is it's been helpful for many others as well. And yes, I truly care. And yes, I want the absolute best for you. And hopefully some of the lessons that I've learned in my life, I want to be there waving like, yo, don't go down this path. This path leads to nothing but danger and unhappiness and terrible things. Don't go there, right? But consider this path. Like, of all the possibilities, consider embracing the Make Today Great philosophy. 150,000 plus people, yesterday was their last day. A lot of those people didn't know that yesterday was their last day. But that is just the case, right? I've had my near-death experiences. My one where I was walking towards the bright white light, I said, stop, this isn't how it's supposed to end. I know you had more for me to accomplish, send me back. And that was on September 11th, 1998. Yes, the September 11th, but different year, 3 years prior to the big one that everyone remembers. I know exactly where I was on September 11th. I know you know exactly where you are, if you're old enough, where you were on September 11th, 2001 as well. 3 years prior, I was in a car accident and had that near-death walking towards the bright white experience. I ended up after being helicopter lifted to the airport, I woke up with a respirator breathing for me, and I was told I probably would never walk or talk properly again. Even though I couldn't talk, I just shook my head no. I never once envisioned me not walking and talking properly. I went on to actually, I had severe head trauma. Rolled 4 times, ejected from the sunroof. Actually, I don't know if you can see it here. I just recognized this here, even though that happened on September 11th, 1998, I never recognized it until recently. I have a outline of this thing right here. And my sister, who's a physical therapist, confirmed that, yeah, that brain part right there would affect your speech. So I had aphasia. I didn't know what aphasia was until I had it. That means I'm thinking what I want to say, but the words that come out are absolutely random, nothing to do with what I wanted to say. And what people didn't know, nurses included, they would have people and patients that had aphasia, and I talked with these nurses and explained to them, like, because they could see the person getting frustrated. And I said, yeah, they're frustrated because you're thinking, here's what I want to say. The words come out totally random, meaningless, and you know that's not, as it's coming out, you're like, that's not what I'm trying to say. So you try to say it again, and it's a whole nother slew of random words that have nothing to do with what you're trying to say. Then you try it again, and you're getting frustrated each and every time, and you just realize it's not working. So you're in frustration with aphasia. I didn't know that till I had it, and I've expressed that to nurses who work in the trauma and emergency rooms and things like that. Like, whoa, like we always see the patients getting angry. We didn't really know what's going on. That's exactly what's going on. Adil, show us more. Adil's nickname is Daddy. Show us more, Daddy. Show us more. Here's my stick. So anyhow, Jules Palazzo, what's up? Good to see you. I rented, when I worked with Mike Filsame in Long Island, many of you may remember that back in, oh my goodness, Long Island days, 2007, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, like I rented a place from Jules, and that was fantastic. Jules, good to see you here. You never got to see me naked at your house. At least I'm not aware of it. And hopefully it wasn't any intention of that. But here I am naked on my deck in St. Thomas. So good to see you here. So anyhow, yeah, this journey's brief. 150,000 people. Yesterday was the last day. We think we're guaranteed tomorrow. The reality is absolutely none of us are guaranteed tomorrow. We take it for granted. We know we're at the amusement park. Hey, we're here. We got a ticket for today, or tomorrow's our last day, or whatever. We know when we're leaving that amusement park. We don't know when we're leaving this greatest amusement park in the universe. My suggestion for you to consider is, how can I, and I'm saying you think this, how can I live my life fully and unapologetically? How can I get excited about this journey again? How can I set goals that scare myself? That I am scared about it so much, I can't even really tell them to other people because they'll want to protect me from getting hurt, that they'll try to talk me out of it because it doesn't make any sense. when you have those callings placed on your heart, here you go, Adil. I'm showing you more. When you have those callings placed on your heart, don't discard them. In my opinion, that's where God speaks to us. Whatever religion you are. Like, I'm me fully and unapologetically. You be you fully and unapologetically. My God encompasses all the different versions of God that are out there in the world and another one. Like, it's not limited. So I feel God, the universe, speaks to our hearts. What's that calling that's been placed on your heart? What's the calling that's been placed on your heart that you've been suppressing? Start to think about, what if it's my time to follow that thing that just has been on my heart for years, decades possibly. Christopher George, what's up? Another Marine in the house. Semper Fi Marine. Another Marine who retired and did very well. I left. I was in 93 to December 96. I took early leave. I got out early 97. Was my EAS. Christopher George stayed in the whole time. I don't remember if Christopher George, if it was a master sergeant or a master guns, but you served the country, man, for 20 plus years, man. Hats off to you. I hope all is well with you and your family. We had some good times in Cherry Point and Yuma, Arizona. And some not so good times, right? I mean, crap, we won't get into those stories, but it's not all sunshine and rainbow. And that's life. Like, you just, plans don't go to plan, and expect that. Like in the Marine Corps, they taught us, if someone pulls a knife, first thing you need to do is expect to get cut. When I heard that, I said, screw that. I don't want to get cut. Nobody wants to get cut. But if you don't make that decision, if someone pulls a knife on you in a battle, and this is to the life, like, this isn't a game, this isn't UFC, this is life versus life. I'm not a big fan of it anymore. As a youngster, that was the position that I was in the Marine Corps. The lives are on the line. Like, you're in a situation where someone wants to kill you, and you either get killed or you kill them. It's not fair. It's not good, but that was the case. The bottom line is, if someone pulls a knife on you, you need to immediately expect to get cut. Because if you think you're not going to get cut, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, God, he cut me on my arm. Now you're looking at your arm, and they stab you in the heart, and you're dead. Not good. So I didn't want to get cut. No one wants to get cut. Didn't make any sense when I heard that. But in life, what I could translate that over to is, expect plans to not go to plans. Expect Murphy's Law to kick in. Expect surprises to happen. Expect, to do your best at judging who you're around and who is in your close circles, but expect to get betrayed. Expect people to screw you over. Not in a expectation of like, oh, I can't wait to get screwed over. It's like, no, you do your discernment and surround yourself with amazing people, but it's people, and people are going to let you down. And you don't need that, just like a cut on the arm, say, oh crap, I got cut, and then you're killed. Don't let that hold you back. Like, for instance, when I used to speak on stages, and I was reliant on PowerPoints and things of that nature back in that time. Now I go in the flow. But if the PowerPoint slide or the blue screen came up or the PowerPoint projector messed up, I would get all mad, like, oh, that wasn't supposed to happen, blah, 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 and get frustrated and mad, and that would throw my energy off and remove me from being fully present and delivering massive value at the level that I could. Now, I just go with the flow. Well, as we can see, that was supposed to be projecting the thing, but you know how technology works. But good news is, I don't need that, so let's continue on. We'll improvise, adapt, and overcome. That's one of the things you learn in the Marine Corps as well, and that's another key to life. Improvise, adapt, and overcome. Don't get caught up in things holding you back. Life will happen, and you continually assess, with this new information, are the goals that I had still on track, or are there now new goals, right? From being a non-drifter versus a drifter, that's the Napoleon Hill book, Outwitting the Devil. Don't be a drifter. Don't just let life push you around. Get clear on, here's where I am, here's where I want to go with my health. Get clear on, here's where I am, here's where I want to go with my relationships. Here's where I am, here's where I want to go with my finances. And one step at a time, with consistency, you'll be amazed and thrilled and reminded of how powerful you are. When you control your thought, your words, and your actions. Your thoughts, your words, and your actions determine where you are and determine where you'll be. When you take control of those are all that you need to get your dreams to go from being a dream to turning into a reality. But it takes consistency. It takes having the dream first. You can't turn a dream into a reality if you don't have a dream. Steve to Joe. There you go, bro. Don't let one bad day define your entire week. And one bad betrayal. Like Joe, like I know how many, I stopped counting the very deep betrayals that have occurred personally and professionally over my life, and I'm sure your life and everybody's life. You're like, all right, I didn't see that coming, but all right, I'm going to stand up, dust myself off, get back to being regrounded, remind myself, okay, I still am who I am, right? I'm still going to be the leader that I've always been. I didn't expect that, but I'm good enough. I'm worthy. I'm lovable. I'm trustworthy. I'm dependable. I'm reliable. I'm clear on where I am. I'm clear on where I want to go. And I'm discerning right now what's mine to do. This has been What's Mine to Do. I have a call with a client in Hawaii in 1 minute, so I'm going to end this here. But I appreciate every single one of you. Go to tombeal.com, TOMBEAL.com. You're going to see a whole list of assets that I have, a whole bunch of valuable trainings. One that 24 people who invested 25,000 euro raised their hand and said, this one training alone was worth my investment. Those trainings are there at tombeal.com. This is just shooting the breeze, naked on the deck, smoking a cigar. My hope is this has been valuable. I got to go have a call with a dude in Hawaii, and I'll still be doing it, smoking a cigar on my deck, naked. All right, I'll chat with y'all later. Make today great. Go to tombeal.com. Bye for now.